Have you ever wondered what is the common thread holding Donald Trump, Matt Groening, the creator of The Simpsons, Noah, Sergei Ponomarenko, Andrew Carlson, and Andrew Basiago together? Would you believe me if I told you that they might all be time travelers? Well, if the deep dark webs of the internet are to be taken for their word, all these people have at one point or another traveled through time. You don't know. They might be traveling through time while you are watching this video. This further pushes us to ponder over the simple fact, if time travel is even possible. Since Donald Trump's rise to prominence following his US presidential run, there have been numerous theories suggesting that he is a time traveler. I am sure you have come across the story dating back to 1943. 2 days after Nikola Tesla died, the FBI called an MIT professor and electric engineer, John G. Trump, to look into the inventions left behind by Tesla. Note here that this MIT professor is the late uncle of Donald Trump. While Trump's uncle didn't find any threatening inventions, theories suggest that the MIT professor cleverly left out the documents proving the nature and possibilities of time travel by Tesla. He then used Tesla's theories to build a time machine. This brings us to author and lawyer Ingersoll Lockwood, who belonged to the 1800s. Lockwood authored 2 books, Travels and Adventures of Little Baron Trump and His Wonderful Dog Bulger, and its sequel, Baron Trump's Marvelous Underground Journey. The novels narrate the adventures of the German boy Wilhelm Heinrich Sebastian von Trump, who goes by the name Baron Trump. And guess what? His adventures are about his travel through time. Is this a coincidence that Donald Trump's son is also named Baron? Does this not make you even more curious? Hold your horses. There is an 1897 newspaper in the Library of Congress's archive with a headline that reads, "President Trump will preside." Fast forward to 1989. This spy magazine, taking a jibe at Donald Trump, had said, "A man of obviously limited abilities became fabulously wealthy buying real estate in just the right places at just the right time." Well, a substantial point to be noted, don't you think? After so many theories, does your brain allow you to just take it for the face value that Trump was plain lucky to have been investing at the right time? Not to forget the animated sitcom The Simpsons, which in 2000 aired an episode showing Trump running for the presidential election. In 2016, the prediction came to fruition with Trump winning against Hillary Clinton, thus becoming the 45th president of the United States of America from 2017 to 2021. And this is not the only prediction that the creator of The Simpsons, Matt Groening, portrayed effortlessly on screen. In a 1994 episode of The Simpsons, they used an Apple phone with the autocorrect feature, which came true in 2007. The following year, the sitcom showed the FaceTime feature, which came true in 2010. In 2007, The Simpsons movie portrayed the whole NSA spying scandal by showing them listening in on public conversations, which came true in 2013. Then in 1997, the show also predicted the outbreak of Ebola that eventually became a global pandemic in 2014. The 2008 episode of Rigged Voter Machines came true during the 2012 campaign between Barack Obama and Mitt Romney. Right from corruption in FIFA, to Lady Gaga's performance in the halftime, to Game of Thrones, The Simpsons gave to the world more than 18 accurate predictions that came true. Coincidence? Or is Matt Groening also a time traveler like Trump and family? What possible explanation can one chart out to the synchronicity of events turning true from real to real life? Thanks to the internet, theories and narratives surrounding Donald Trump and Matt Groening being possible time travelers were unearthed. But how much are you aware of the many people who, over the years, have claimed to be time travelers? In 2003, a self-proclaimed time traveler named Andrew Carlson not only left the world confused, but created an uproar in the US stock market. The 44-year-old was arrested by the FBI for turning his $800 investment into $350 million in just 2 weeks. Of course, he was arrested, and questioning led him to confess that he was a time traveler from the year 2256. The reason? He was aware of which stock to buy. While the FBI tried to find out his trade source, he admitted to having made an error, as he was supposed to lose some money to make his success look picture perfect. However, he got caught in the moment, leading to his exposure. This is where it gets even more interesting. The FBI could not find any records of his existence before December 2002, which was 3 months before his arrest. As part of his plea bargain, Andrew Carlson offered to share the whereabouts of Osama bin Laden and a cure for AIDS. On the day he was to appear in court for his bail hearing, he disappeared on the way and was never seen again. A year later, Andrew Basiago, an attorney from Seattle, rose to prominence for claiming to be a time traveler. In 2004, he began making claims that he time traveled between the ages of 7 and 12 as part of a secret US government program that worked on teleportation and time travel. The secret defense experiment was called Project Pegasus. According to Basiago, Project Pegasus, which began in the 1970s, used children to carry out experiments so they could be more adaptable to changes in space and time. He claims that he became the first American child to be teleported under the project. Basiago further stated that he had traveled about 5 or 6 times to Ford's Theater in Washington, D.C., on the night of President Abraham Lincoln's assassination. Basiago even stated that he ran into himself twice during 2 different visits. Besides, also claiming that he had traveled to the year 2054. Answering the question as to how he traveled through time, Basiago shared the usage of multiple different technologies. One of the technologies used, he asserted, was a teleporter based on certain technical papers found in Nikola Tesla's New York City apartment post his death. Remember, Trump's late uncle investigating Tesla's apartment. Basiago described the teleporter as comprising 2 gray elliptical beams about 8 feet tall, separated by about 10 feet. In between flowed the radiant energy, illustrated by Tesla as a form of energy that is latent, pervasive in the universe, and can bend time-space. However, despite the explanations and some photographic evidence, his time travel still leaves the mind with various doubts. He also made an outlandish claim that he will be the president of the US in the year 2016, which obviously didn't come true. Then in 2006, a Ukrainian time traveler named Sergei Ponomarenko appeared in Kiev. He was arrested on account of suspicious behavior and provided a national ID card issued during the Soviet Union. The ID was at least 15 years old, and he kept on claiming to have been transported to 2006 from 1958 in an instant, as he was trying to click a picture of a bell-shaped object floating in the sky. His vintage clothing, ID card, and an antique film camera he was carrying did raise the question of possible time travel. However, his ID had March 1932 stamped as his date of birth, but during an interview, he maintained to have been born in June. Though his camera had the picture of the bell-shaped object, he claimed to have been clicking when he was transported. A debate encircled the photographic evidence produced by him, as experts determined that the film couldn't have been in good condition if it were from 1958. The shocking detail of Sergei Ponomarenko's case is that after his medical evaluation, when he was shifted into a ward, he disappeared. He was seen entering the ward, but never seen leaving. Since there was no news about him, the authorities dug out his details from the 1950s and found his fiancée, who was with him the day he disappeared. She confirmed that Sergei had disappeared in the past too, but always returned. However, this time he disappeared to be never seen again. The last time traveler to have jumped into our present is Noah. In 2017, he told the officials that he had come from the year 2030. He made predictions on Donald Trump running for a second term, and that by 2030, granddaughter of Martin Luther King Jr. will be the future president of the United States. She is currently just 14 years old and will be 21 by 2030. But as per the US Constitution, the presidential candidate must be at least 35 years old. That makes Noah's prediction totally bogus. He further claimed that humans will land on the moon by 2028, and in the same year time travel will be discovered. NASA is preparing to send a crewed moon landing mission in 2025, so this prediction might just be true. He went on to state that Google Glass-style robots will take over the world, self-driving cars will be everywhere, and artificial intelligence and virtual reality will be the truth of mankind. These latter predictions are almost true, with ChatGPT coming to prominence in 2023 and Tesla's self-driving cars already becoming a part of our everyday life. Fascinating factor to Noah's claim is that he passed a lie detector test with flying colors. Besides, the man claimed to be suffering from depression and anxiety. What's riveting about all the claims made by these self-proclaimed time travelers are the predictions surrounding Donald Trump. The declarations by Andrew Basiago and Noah may seem a little vague. But for time travelers such as Sergei Ponomarenko or Andrew Carlson, who mysteriously vanished, makes us question whether time travel is possible or not. As per the scientific theory of relativity, it is possible to travel into the future. One specifically doesn't need a time machine. All they have to do is travel at a speed close to the speed of light, which is 300,000 kilometers per second, or spend time in an intense gravitational field. Taking into consideration the miracles of science, let's believe that Tesla did in fact create a time machine, and that John G. Trump did hold back a few of Tesla's documents detailing the manufacturing and functioning of a time machine. So then what Andrew Basiago described is true. Also, how else would you explain the suspicious disappearance of Andrew Carlson and Sergei Ponomarenko? Or maybe they were just pranksters trying to gain some internet fame on behalf of time travel. We will get the answers to all these mysterious questions in the coming years or even decades. But what are your thoughts on time travel? Do you guys think that the Russian and US governments have already cracked the technology for that? If you found this video intriguing, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe to Edge of the Universe. And hit the bell icon to stay updated as we unravel many more mysteries.